Yes.
Good afternoon and welcome to Monday on Bad Dog Comedy TV, live on YouTube and Ayaka's Kitchen. Now, please give it up for your warm-up act, a toast.
Hello! Hi everyone! How are you doing? Okay, here's the joke. Knock knock. Who's there? A sausage. A sausage fool. A sausage, I'm a champion. A sausage, a champion fool. All I do is win no matter what. All I do is win no matter what, fool. I'm a winner! You know, like winner sausage, like sausage, but winning all the time, like because they're so tasty, they are the winner, they are the champion. You get it? Do you get it? You get it? I think I did it good today. I really think I did it good today. Okay, bye-bye. Hi! How are you doing, everyone? Did toast do okay today? Yes? No? Yes? So-so? Okay, so-so. Okay. Okay. A toast did okay today. Okay, hi! I'm Ayaka. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you again. I mean, I cannot see you, but you can see me, and I'm having a great time. So, yes, this is Ayaka's Kitchen again, and today we have an amazing guest as well. But before that, I would like to mention something. Right here, down here, there is a donation link. This is a donation link for Bad Dog Comedy TV, Bad Dog Comedy Theater, Bad Dog Theater. Bad Dog Theater is great. They are doing so much for this improv community in Toronto as well as the whole world. So yeah, let's support them. It's like, you know, watching a show at the theater, you have to pay the ticket, but instead you can donate. Yeah, that's awesome, right? And also you can subscribe for Bad Dog Comedy TV. That's a fantastic thing because there's so many other shows here, not just Ayaka's Kitchen, but there are so many other amazing, fantastic shows, so you can watch that. Subscribe now, yes. Oh, I have never said that before in my whole life. YouTuber, now we are becoming YouTuber saying subscribe. Awesome. Yes, hi everyone. So today I'm going to introduce you another like amazing friend of mine. This person is very special. He's a great friend. So let's keep it there. He's a great friend. He's so kind, so smart, so funny, and just like a fantastic person. So let's bring him in. Hi, Paul.
Hello, how are you?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. In the middle of moving, so
yes.
I got boxes and stuff all around me right now. So.
You know what? Like you don't show that right now. Like it looks like a really nice kitchen.
Yeah, if I tilt it down, you can start to see some garbage and boxes and stuff.
Anyway, if you need stuff, just talk to Paul. He's getting rid of lots of things. Right
Yeah,
now.
there's a lot of stuff I got rid of. So.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining me today. Even though you're
my
so
pleasure.
busy right now.
My
Thank you.
pleasure.
Thank you. And everybody, Paul even met up with me for like 3 minutes on the street today to give me the food that he's going to introduce today. So thank you so much for doing that as well. But let's get into it. So I would like to know this is the question I ask everyone. What is your background?
Okay, so I'm mixed. I'm half Japanese and I half Newfie, I guess. So, or from Newfoundland. My mom's from Newfoundland. My dad's Canadian, but my grandparents are from Japan. So that is my it's hard for me to describe what, like, it's mixed. It's whatever it is. My brother and I actually used to call it Newfoundlandese growing up.
Like Japanese, Newfoundlandese?
Yeah, Newfoundlandese. Yeah.
Newfoundlandese.
Yeah.
That's cool. You know, someone I read an article, I think, somewhere talking about like half, like mixed races or like mixed culture. People say like I'm half something, but they're actually not half and half. Like you are 1 and 1, so you're actually double. So that's like a more positive way of calling
I'm
people
double.
with like mixed. Yeah, you're double. You said Newfie. Is that like a typical or like technical word for people from Newfoundland?
And that's just how everyone's like. It's always been said. Like, I sometimes you hear Newfoundlander, but
Newfoundland.
a lot of people have just said that they're Newfie. And, I don't know. I don't know if that's more of a slang thing or more of a joke kind of thing, but
Newfie. Yeah, I like it. I like the sound of it. I have been to Halifax and I have been to St. John's, New Brunswick, but I have never been to Newfoundland. And I'm trying to think of the map. The geographically, Newfoundland is the most.
East. There's Labrador and Newfoundland, so it's the most east, and then Newfoundland is a big island shaped like an L with a little H and a boot on
it. Little L with an H and a boot.
Yeah, so the H is where St. John's, Newfoundland is, and then there's a little boot that comes out. That's how my cousin used to describe it to me. So that's how it always like start off drawing the island of Newfoundland. Is draw an L, and then H, and then a little boot underneath.
Boot, like Italy. Italy is a boot, like it's often described as.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's cool. And let's get into the food as well. Might as well. So tell us what the food you pick.
Okay, so I have 2 dishes right here. What this is the one I made this morning. It's shoyu wieners, and then there's some like vegan battered chicken from Gardein. So it's my mixed rice. It's a Newfoundland fish and chips style, vegan style fish and chips, and also vegan shoyu wieners. Not my favorite wieners, but it's all I could find. There are better vegan wieners out there, but I couldn't find them.
Okay, sometimes.
Not at the point where I want to be looking around in grocery stores to find the best wieners at this time. But
So there are layers to it. There's like Newfoundland and there's Japanese, but more like Japanese, Canadian, Japanese. And then you're also vegan.
Yes.
So you have to eat everything that's not like what I eat normally.
Yeah. So it's kind of like I took my culture and evolved it, I guess, to fit my lifestyle. And
I remember one time you were like, I was like trying to eat healthier, and you're like, you know what? Like, it's not like I'm trying to convert you or anything, but like, let's go to a vegan restaurant so you can taste those things. And then you brought me to actual like vegan restaurant, and it was so good. And like, there are a few things. It was Chinese influenced vegan.
Oh yes,
restaurant.
I brought you to King's Cafe, which is like a mixture of a lot of Chinese and Japanese food.
Yes, yes.
And
Yeah.
everything's all vegan there. And yeah, very, very,
Yeah.
very good. I love that place.
Some things like I couldn't believe it was not meat. Like it was
Yeah.
like how is this not meat? Like that place made everything into vegan, but like still tastes like what I normally eat. Like
Exactly. Yeah.
I was like shocked how they did that, and awesome. So thank you for introducing me to vegan culture as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about a little bit about everything. For Newfoundland, where are those people living in Newfoundland? Where are they from? They're from Europe, obviously. I thought.
Yeah, I think that is also mixed from all over Europe. I think English, German, Irish, and possibly Scottish. It's a big. A lot of people immigrated, and so I'm not entirely sure, but I do know there's a lot. But my mom's maiden name is Hines, which is Irish. So there's definitely
Interesting.
huge Irish.
Like for me, like thinking of those like fish, buttered fish. It's like British. How do you call them? Chips. Fish and chips. Like it's very like similar to that. So I guess they have lots of seafood there, and then
Newfoundland is known for their cod fish.
cod. Interesting.
Yeah, there's the story of John Cabot, who discovered Newfoundland or claimed Newfoundland, and his boat apparently got stuck by just so much codfish. Like there was just so much cod in the water that they just like dumped a bucket in the water and all the fish would come up.
Wow, that much. Wow. Cod is, I think it's in Japanese it's tara. Am I right? I think. I might be wrong, but we eat cod raw, like raw. How do you say eggs of cod?
Oh,
cod.
right.
Yeah, we eat that a lot in Japan. So like, I wonder like if they have something like that as well, not just the fish, but like you eat everything of the fish.
Possibly, I haven't had it. I just everyone is like all my like uncles, they're fish, and so I'm sure that they kind of just eat everything there, but I'm not sure, not 100% sure there.
I wonder. Yeah, like Japanese people just eat everything. Of like we love the fish skin, we love the fish eyeballs, like we eat everything. So yeah, maybe not. I
do know like there's a lot of like I remember seeing lots of like fish being boiled, like the entire fish when I was a kid, but I'm not sure what that was for. That may have been something for
broth or stew or
stews, possibly stews. Yeah. So
do they ever eat it raw, like sashimi style?
Not that I know of. The thing is, like, my mom also would always complain about having codfish here in Toronto because she would be like, oh, it's not fresh. And then when going to Newfoundland and then having literally fresh cod right out of the water, it's not fishy. It doesn't taste like fish. It's it's a very different kind of taste.
Yeah. Oh man, that's very Japanese experience to me.
Yeah.
Like every time I go back to Japan and go to those fish market, like you just eat the fish that was fished this morning, and then like it tastes. I was about to say sounds and feel, but like, it tastes so fresh, and then like oh, that's not what I'm used to eating like normally. Like it's so fresh. Oh, that's good. So there's some connections.
There is a connection. Apparently, when my grandpa on my dad's side went to Newfoundland, he really enjoyed being in Newfoundland because it reminded him of where he grew up, which was on the south side of Japan in Kagoshima.
Yeah. Oh, that's so nice.
So when I was there a couple of years ago, I could
in Kagoshima.
In Kagoshima, yeah. Mm-hmm. I could see the similarities. There's like in Newfoundland, there's a lot of like hills and a lot of like not mountains, but like big cliffs and things like that. And in Kagoshima, there's a lot of like mini mountains and things. So the scenery kind of reminds me, and the air feels very similar. A lot warmer though in Kagoshima.
Right, Kagoshima is a little more south.
Yeah, it was
like
it's almost like tropical weather over there.
Yeah. Don't they have volcano there?
Yes.
Kagoshima? Yeah.
When I was there, it was just like constantly, it was smoking.
Oh my God.
So a lot of it wasn't like you had to run away, but all the cars had like a very small layer of ash on all the cars.
Oh wow.
So really cool. I thought that was, I wanted.
You thought that was cool.
That was my first volcano, so that I've ever seen. So it's like, I've only seen it in the movies. So,
yeah.
So seeing that reality of the layer of ash on cars, it looked like everyone had a dirty car. But
people write things down with their fingers and stuff like that.
People there's like the handprint of like the clearing of the windshields.
Yeah. Oh, that's a positive side of volcano, I guess. Like I've never heard people like, oh, that was fascinating because like that was a disaster happened there, and then but that is like fascinating in the sense of like science or like something that like I have never seen that much of a like eruption of volcano. I know where volcanoes are in Japan, and I've been to like caves and stuff, but I've never seen like ashes. So you had an amazing experience.
Yeah, I didn't see because it didn't ash when I was there. It ashed apparently just before I came, so everything was all dusty. So I wish I was there and it was snowing ash. I think that would have been so. It would be probably terrifying, but I thought it was just so cool.
I would be scared, but yeah, that's different. That's something like not everyone experiences. That's Okay, so your dad's side, your father's side is from Japan and originally from Kagoshima, which is like more southern island, basically. One part of a bigger island. I learned because I used to live on Vancouver Island. The island that Kagoshima is in, the Kyushu Island, is the equivalent of Vancouver Island size-wise. So like every time like I explain to like Japanese friends, I used to live on the island, and they think of like Hawaii or like something like super small, but like no, it's the size of Kyushu. It's like a big island. I have to say that. So when you were there, obviously you had lots of Japanese food, but in Canada where you grew up and your grandparents, your father side like stayed in Canada a long time, that's where this specific dish shoyu is from. So tell us what shoyu is and what the origin of this food is.
Okay, so this is just wieners and essentially fried up in a pot with oil and then brown sugar and soy sauce. And that's it. That's all it is. And I used to have this all the time as a kid growing up. I haven't had it in a long time, so I'm curious if it reminds me of it. But apparently this may have started when my family was in the internment camps, because it was like hot dog wieners were very cheap, and they were getting imported soy sauce, I believe. So it's just a very cheap, easy meal to make for a lot of people, and then they would just make this with some rice. And so apparently that's where this whole thing started. And I had no idea until like a few years ago that that's what happened. That's where this started. So it's funny how our little comfort foods growing up have such an interesting history about them.
Such a history. Internment camp is, for Japanese people, is something like not everyone knows, I feel. And like even like people who grew up in Canada, like Canadian people, maybe they touch a little bit on like in their history textbook or something, but not many people know much about it. Can you explain a little bit more if you know?
Sure. During World War II, after the bombing of Pearl Harbor, both the States and Canada got all the Japanese people, or even if they were born in Canada or the States, and separated them and put them in camps, and yeah. So they got all their homes taken away from them, all the possessions and things were auctioned off. Canada's was pretty bad. I think they're all told they were going to get their things back, but it was all auctioned off. So a lot of people lost property, lost their livelihoods. A lot of them, they had a big fishing industry, which all their boats were taken away from them. And anyway, so in terms of Canada, so my it's funny you mentioned Vancouver Island, because that's where my grandparents immigrated to, and they were so once the call was made, my grandparents were actually separated. So if you were a man over a certain age and under a certain age, you were put into a POW camp. So my grandpa was placed in a POW camp in Northern Ontario, and my grandma was left to take care of my aunts and uncle in an internment camp, which was in like northern BC.
Yeah, I heard like lots of people lost property. Lots of people were actually promised to get things back, but they didn't. And then they're like, okay, I have no choice. But lots of people went back to Japan instead of like, okay, we're gonna just start from scratch. So I heard that's one of the reasons why there are not many Japanese people in Canada, because there are a lot more Korean people, a lot more Chinese people from like a similar region in Asia, but like there are not many Japanese people here because we are all like basically like kicked out, and then like, okay, we're gonna just go back to Japan. That's what I heard.
Possibly. I'm not sure how many Japanese people there are, but it is very funny though when you meet another Japanese Canadian, and then you just look back and find out who their grandparents were and find out that they were both in the same camp. So it's kind of like I think there was 2 separate camps in Canada. There's like somewhere, David Suzuki. His family was in one, and then my family was in another. So I think so. But I had some relatives that were also in the same. Anyway, you discover that everyone's connected. All Japanese Canadians are connected through sort of internment camps, which is kind of bizarre.
Yeah. Wow. So they must have like hard life there, but they were like, okay, we got a little bit of winner and we want to make a little bit of comfort, so we're going to bring in our soy sauce back and our Japanese taste with like, it is very common to have like soy sauce and sugar together, as well as sake. Sake is the Japanese alcohol, to cook those 3 things together, but maybe they didn't have alcohol there, so they just put sugar and soy sauce. Or,
I don't know.
just like thinking about those things makes me feel feelings. But this is a history. This is a history that
Canadian history. And
thank you so much for showing me this, because I grew up in Japan. I didn't have to deal with that, and Japan's pretty peaceful, and we learn about war, like especially World War II, in a very harsh way. Like many of my friends say we are traumatized, even though we didn't experience it. But the government teaches us like we cannot do this ever again. So as a child, like 6-year-old child, we have to watch so many war movies and so many like we have to visit so many museums. We have to learn so much. Like we have to read so many books about wars. So we learn like, okay, this was such a bad thing. We cannot repeat this again. So this is like so many of the Japanese people like my age or younger, older, who did not experience war. We were told like, it's a traumatizing education in a way. But
When I visited the Hiroshima Museum, it was by far the most like graphic, and like it really affected me. And and, just walking through it, and you're just kind of just like shocked And like it's such a different experience to see it in a movie, and then just see the reality of it and be in that area and see the lives that were affected. It's really it's just like how that was quite the experience.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Oh, getting heavy. Ayaka's kitchen getting heavy.
Yes.
But you know what? We haven't even started rolling sushi, so let's get to it. Today we got 4 cameras. Yay!
Yay!
Four cameras. Okay, let's do this. Paul, I believe in you. You are, Japanese. That we can do this quickly because we have been talking a lot. I'm going to cut those fish, and sausage is pretty small, but I'll cut fish into strips, so it's easier to roll.
Yeah.
And what are they made of? Like, are they, when it's vegan, is this like soy based maybe?
Usually soy or
it's hard.
Sometimes it's gluten.
Okay. Gluten is the one, like I was so surprised, like at the restaurant that you showed me.
Yeah, seitan as they call it.
How do you say?
Seitan. Like
Seitan.
Yeah.
Seitan.
Seitan.
It was good.
Yeah. It's you can dress that up, any kind of seitan up, and it will, like, you can fool people with it being meat. If you like, I know people have been fooled, but you know how some people are when they have find out it's vegan, and then after they're like, oh yeah, I noticed it. It was, I could tell. But really.
But while they're eating, they have no idea.
They didn't know.
Yeah, I'm sure I can be fooled for sure that way. Yeah, and it was delicious. It was delicious and like, I guess, nutritious.
Seitan. I know some people can't have gluten, which is fair, but seitan is pure protein. It's vegetable protein, or wheat protein.
Wheat.
And
so, like, if someone's like gluten intolerant, they cannot.
Yeah. No, it's not a good thing for them to have. But it's
it was delicious.
It's great. I loved seeing your face when you first had it. Your face was like, whoa, this is not me. What?
My reaction. I think I remember, because like you already told me from the beginning it's not meat, and then but it looks like meat, and then my brain couldn't process it. Like, what? It looks like meat and it tastes like meat, but it's not meat. Like, what's happening? Yeah.
That was the barbecue seitan that we had at King's Cafe. So if anyone goes there, try that, because it's my favorite thing there.
Yeah, King's Cafe. It's in Kensington. Oh, thank you, Seann. Seann, so fast. It's in Kensington and Dundas. I think Kensington area.
It's sort of in the middle. Between Kensington and College.
Yeah. If anyone watching it from Toronto,
or
Augusta, they probably do delivery. I believe. Yeah. Okay, I got my rice ready and ready to flip it. How is it? Oh yeah, great. We are at the same pace. Awesome. Yeah. Okay, I flipped it.
Are you okay? You're doing it that way. Okay. All right.
Okay, I want to see how you do it.
I usually do it this way with the on the outside, but I've never done it your way, so I kind of want to do.
Oh, yeah. What you're trying to do is like a regular Japanese, like authentic rolls. Like, I'm just becoming more North American, I guess.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go with it.
That's awesome. So when you flip it, make sure the edge is like closer to the edge, and then
close to the edge.
Yeah. So it's easier to roll. Yay! My mother sent me this towel. I'm gonna show you. It's a towel.
Aww.
It's in Japanese. It has a poem about seasons, and it's actually from the temple that my family ancestor graveyard is in.
Aww.
So I'm just using it as my kitchen towel. Yeah.
I think I don't. Everything's all packed up. I have a towel that has the map of Middle Earth from Lord of the Rings.
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway.
Middle Earth. Is that like flat Earth? Is that the same thing? No.
No, I might be. I don't. I have no idea.
I don't know. I'm so lost on those pop culture references. Except Japanese animes. I'm so into Attack on
Okay.
Titan. Have you ever seen it before? Attack
I
on
have
Titan?
seen Attack on Titan. Yes.
Okay, I'm a freak. I my problem is I cannot wait for the next episode, so I read ahead of like when the TV show comes out because I am so bad at waiting. But how is it going? I'm just putting everything together so
Yeah,
it really represents you. So this is the Newfoundland part of Paul, and this is the Japanese part of Paul.
That's right.
Yeah, it's really it's your original Newfoundlander Japanese vegan sushi today.
Exactly.
Great. So now I'm gonna roll it. I put enough. It's gonna be a big roll.
Okay.
Okay. So push it. Paul, how often do you make sushi at home?
Not a lot.
I wonder like if many Japanese people make sushi at home. I don't. It's a lot of work, and I rather just like order it. But many people don't even know how to roll sushi, even if they're from Japan. Is what I learned. Yeah. Okay, that looks good.
Trying. I always overpack it, so.
Yeah, you have to like really squeeze it in, squeeze everything in. But
Once
that's
I
good.
see it. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, it's good. Did you have any other food in Japan when you were in Kagoshima that you liked? Japanese food?
In Kagoshima, well, we stayed at my family has like a rokan, a little
Ryokan? Oh, you should explain what that is.
It's like an inn, but there's like a mini bathhouse in there, and it's just like it's kind of like traditional where you're sleeping on a little mattress or a futon on the floor, and everything's very low. But
that's true.
It was awesome. I want to go back there and just relax. And it was so nice because I recorded the sound while I was there because it's like the I guess it's because it's so warm. They don't have like you can really hear everything from outside in the nature. So I don't know, different from in here where everything's so enclosed and warm.
That's beautiful. Ryokan it's basically a hotel, but usually it's a woman, like hostess is there to like make sure you feel perfect, like you relax and then you enjoy meals, you enjoy the bath, like everything. Make sure like their goal is to like you leave the place with like such nice feelings instead of just like, okay, I need to spend a night at somewhere, I need to stay at the hotel. Like that's the whole point, is like you leave with nice feelings. And that's amazing. Amazing. And your family owns it, you said?
Yeah, my family, my relatives, distant relatives, somewhere my grandpa's like cousin or brother, they're something I can't really remember, but they own it, and we definitely left there like very moved by the entire experience. And they're so friendly, I miss lying in the hot water and just filled up to the top and just how you do that, like just sitting and washing yourself. And then going into the hot water and just like floating in there. I love it so much.
It's and if anyone who has never been to Japan And please experience Japanese hot spring.
Yeah.
Ryokan are the best. Eat, drink, beer, sleep, salt, repeat. Milan, thank you. Yes, that's exactly that. It's like, yeah, it's so nice. Ryokan, like I try to like stay at ryokan or at least go to hot spring every time I go back to Japan. It's special. Also, sorry, we are dealing with food and talking about bath, and now I want to talk about toilets.
Yeah.
Like washlet stuff, like Japanese bidet. Like, oh,
That's
like,
the best. That's the best. My first probably big purchase I'm gonna get when I move is a bidet. Like,
yeah, Japanese.
not a cheap one that just sprays cold water at you. I want to get mine. I want to plug mine into the wall and get some heat in there.
Yeah, get Toto. Toto is the Japanese company that makes like the best washlet. We tried to buy that here, but like our plug for the wall is too far from the toilet itself, so we couldn't do it. But yeah, but everyone, I recommend it. Anyone.
I don't care if mine's too far away. I'm getting an extension cord.
Yeah, that's the thing. I often hear about like people going to Japan, getting so impressed with like Japanese like bath or like toilet system, and like I'm proud of it too.
Yeah, that's the best thing. I mean, it's like
good.
There's great things about Japan. There's a lot of really great things, but that is like so amazing.
Yeah, I'm so glad you feel that way, because like I did not want to bring it up. We are cooking food and talking about toilet, and then like you're like, oh, I didn't experience that.
No.
Oh yeah.
My sushi just fell apart. Oh, it's too sticky.
I think I put a lot as well, but I think
if I put it together, it'll look nicer.
The one that's falling apart, you should just like put in the middle, because then it will stay.
Yeah.
That's what I learned in a sushi restaurant when I was working at the sushi restaurant. My top chef just told me like, just put the one that broken in the middle, then it will stand. It's fine.
Oh, I didn't do that. Oh well.
Yeah. Okay, I got mine ready. How about you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, Paul, you have to name it. You have to name this role. This is very, very, very specific to you, who you are. So
it's gotta be called the Newfoundlandese, the vegan Newfoundlandese roll.
Vegan Newfoundlandese roll! Yay! Vegan Newfoundlandese roll.
Oh,
yeah.
Yours turned out so much better. I have a really bad knife right now. So I just mushed it. Wow, you turned out so great.
Yay.
That's really well. That's a good knife. I gotta get mine.
And also you can flip things too, Paul. This is another thing I learned in a restaurant and walking in a kitchen. If it's sticking out, just flip it. Then it's like a flat surface, so it looks nicer too. It's all the small tips I learned from this hell. This working in a kitchen was very hard.
Basically, hiding your mistakes.
Yeah, basically. But like when you eat it, people like it, and then like it tastes the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I of course got soy sauce, and this is like actual like my soy sauce. How do you call container? It's like a Japanese soy sauce container.
I like that one.
Yeah, it's pretty.
We always used to just use the same soy sauce thing and just fill it up, because we had like a jug and we just fill up the serving. Same kind you'd see in a restaurant. That's what we do.
Oh yeah, like kikkoman or something.
Yeah, a lot of everything's kikkoman. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so picky with soy sauce. I'm using like an organic kikkoman soy sauce. Mm-hmm. And like I try so many different kinds in Canada, and this is the one I always go back to.
Yeah,
I'm too picky.
It's true though that the soy sauces have very different tastes depending on the brand. It's true.
Yeah. I feel like soy sauce can be like equivalent of like olive oil or even wine. Like each breweries like has different different things that they have been creating or making soy sauce for like generations, like hundreds of years, and probably in the bottom of that like same barrel, there must be like soy sauce from 200 years ago, and then they just keep adding, just like sourdough, like they keep adding more and more. Yeah. So
It's in Kagoshima. Like when I was in Japan, I avoided a lot of the soy sauce because there's fish in it.
What?
Yeah, apparently there's in more in Tokyo and stuff. But then when I went to Kagoshima, they said their soy sauce being more local didn't have any fish in it. So
wow, I did not know. Maybe fish is everywhere in Japan. Like the fish broth is like in everything. So maybe that's what it was.
That was
Yeah. And now, are you ready to eat this?
Yes.
Yes, let's do it. So this new vegan say it again. Thank you, Sean. Vegan Newfoundlandese roll. Let's try it. So, Sean, could you please put some drum rolls for us so no one has to hear us chewing? Okay, itadakimasu.
Not bad. Newfoundland.
That's pretty good. I'm so happy that the sausage has like a little bit of sugar and of course soy sauce. So like it does taste like Japanese food. And then the fish, because it's buttered and like deep fried, it gives you that little bit of like tempura bits kind of like flavor as well as texture. Perfect match.
Yeah. Have you just tried the fish on its own?
No, I haven't. Is that, you said it's soy based?
I believe it's soy based.
Okay, I'll try a little bit. Yeah, it's great. And I even forgot this is vegan. Oh my gosh, this tastes like fish. What? How? I don't get it.
Well, a lot of the reason why fish tastes like fish is because of seaweed. So you add like any kind of like nori or to certain dishes, having that flavor gives it that fishy flavor. It's mostly just comes down to texture. So
texture.
If you can replicate the texture of it, then you can easily fool people. Because taste is much easier to get, but texture is a little harder.
That's interesting. It's science. It's these like scientists like in a science lab just like making those things and trying to trick our brain. Like but this is amazing. Like this just tastes like fish and feels like fish eating.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
and then,
this is like you can fool someone with buying like any kind of frozen pack of battered fish and putting this in there, and people wouldn't really tell the difference.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. And this vina is so historical. It's educational, historical. Like even for me as a Japanese person, this is a new information. It's I learned something that's meaningful. So thank you so much, Paul.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so that was delicious, very successful roll. So awesome. Newfoundland. Yeah, very good. So thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed and hope you learned something new. And here, thank you, Sean. Here is the donation link. baddogtheater.com/Ayaka Kitchen. And let's support Bad Dog. It's a great place, and it's just like watching a show. If you watch a show, you get tickets. So let's support Bad Dog. So those shows can keep running, and they're amazing shows. A lot of amazing shows. So subscribe button here or here, I think. Subscribe. YouTube channel Bad Dog Comedy TV. And thank you, Sean. Sean's doing all those tech stuff behind it, as well as keeping me keeping me organized. I'm always like, am I missing something, Sean? Sean's like, yeah, what, do you have a knife? I don't have a knife, thank you, Sean. So thank you so much, Sean. Okay, and Paul, again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was fun, and I learned a lot. So it was great, and it was yummy.
Yay!
Yeah, it was 美味しかった。Yeah, so ありがとうございました。
I'm trying to think of something I could say. Oh, my brain. ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。またね。